somebody who's always putting yourself down.
Yeah.
Just remember that, listen, growth, even seeds, look at how seeds are. They are planted into the ground. It's like they are buried.
No matter how small they are.
You feel like you are buried at this point. But then when you feel down, just remember that this isn't you being buried. It's you being planted. Over time, you literally spring up out of the ground. And then you, yes.
Okay. Okay, I love that.
Yeah. Like, that's true. You get a lot of knowledge from it.
That's true. So, yeah. And then speak to yourself a lot. Like we spoke about in our previous video on addiction, there are certain things that we have to quit, that we must quit. Yeah.
Like what?
Well, a lot of things. And today we're going to be speaking on them, okay? Let me start.
Okay.
So I personally think that one thing that we should be able to quit is overthinking.
Overthinking.
Yeah. We should be able to think, get ourselves to stop overthinking even little issues.
Okay, so explain to everybody.
Okay, me for instance,
yeah,
I'm someone that actually overthinks a lot, and sometimes overthinking hinders you from really doing certain things in life.
So, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is like, if you are overthinking, it means maybe you have work to do, but then sometimes you get stuck thinking about how you're going to make it better, and then you actually don't end up taking action.
Yes, okay, or maybe when something happens, or something occurs, or maybe something is done to you, even if it's like you just notice even the littlest, is that correct English? Even the most little of things that happen in your life, and you start to like overthink it. Like you think about it over and over again. And most of the time, things like this actually prevent you from
even taking an action.
Yes, taking action in certain things that you're supposed to do, or the way you're supposed to go about things. Okay, overthinking can really make you it's in a way it kind of hinders progress.
Yeah. Okay.
In a way. Yeah. So me, for instance, I'm actually trying to stop that thing, but I think a lot of people actually go through that.
They do overthink.
Yes.
Yeah, very true.
And people that overthink, sometimes we can get really emotional over little things, because we tend to like take note of every single thing. Like even when someone states a statement, the person might not be aware that the person has maybe offended you in one way or the other, but then just that little thing, it means a lot to you. So like I don't know if it's just me, but yes. Okay. So do you have any experience with overthinking, or maybe a friend that overthinks a lot, how it has affected him or her or anything like that?
Okay, I can see that. Okay, I was once an overthinker because I used to really analyze a lot. Like any situation at all, I can be stuck on it for about an hour, and it can be very little. But then over time,
that's the thing.
I realized that if I waste too much time dwelling on something for a very long time, I wouldn't actually go forward or make progress in life. So personally, the steps I took was immediately I want to get something done. All I do is, if I'm going to plan on it, at least I'll plan for about 15 minutes, and then it doesn't matter if the plan is complete or not, I just go for it.
Yeah. I think another way that you can also stop overthinking is that when you do not really understand something, or when someone does something to you that makes you overthink, I think it's better to like approach the person and talk to the person about it.
Okay.
Yeah, one way to overcome thinking, for me, it actually works for me, is that I actually like ask questions. Like I ask about it, I talk about it. Okay. Especially when it's like getting to me so much, like I can't just stop it. Yes, immediately. I try to like come out about it, like talk about it with someone, or with So that's another way of avoiding it. Okay. It works for me, so it might work for you. Another thing too is trying to please everyone.
Trying to please them. Okay.
Because when you're so fixated on trying to please the world, you tend to forget about your own self along the line and your own joy or happiness. When you try to please people, you do not really try to take into consideration your own self. You don't take into much consideration your own self.
Can I add what you said? Yeah. Okay, you reminded me so much of something. A friend once told me that the people pleasers, people who actually please every single person aren't people who are happy. Because at this point, you'll be doing something to make this person happy, doing something to make this person happy, doing something to make this person happy. And in so doing, maybe what this person likes is not what this person likes, and what this person likes isn't what this person likes. And definitely what everybody likes is something that you personally wouldn't like. So people pleasers, or people who make everybody happy, they are people who lit themselves on fire to keep everybody warm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. So that's one thing. Trying to please everyone, trying to like, because like you said, this person might not like what this person likes. And here's the case where you are trying to please both of them. So if you are doing what this person doesn't like, you would tend to offend this person. You kind of don't want that because you want to please everyone. You want everyone to be okay with you. But then in life, not everyone can be okay with you. Not everyone will be happy.
You can't be
with
the
what you
hero
can
to
do.
everybody's story. Sometimes some people will always see you as a villain, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. So the best thing I would tell somebody who is a people pleaser is that just do what will make you happy, or respect yourself so much that you cannot disrespect yourself by doing certain things that wouldn't make you happy. So just be genuine and do what literally you want to do. And then if it makes some people happy, normal. If it doesn't make some people happy, normal. Because you can't be the hero to every single person's story.
That's a lesson. Okay, I think you should also say something.
Okay, so what I'll say is people who live in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Some people are like, okay, they were very good when they were younger at so many things. And then they tend to dwell on that. Meanwhile, the world is still moving ahead. You get what I'm saying? So, let's see, in JHS or in primary school, you were the best student. When you got to SHS, you thought it was going to be the same. So, at this point, instead of putting in the work, you thought maybe, okay, I wasn't learning in primary school, I wasn't learning in junior high, but I was still topping the class. And at this point, you are still living in the past, even in SHS. You think you can bring that same attitude over here. So, basically, you are living in the past and you are not actually opening your eyes or realizing what is happening right now in the present. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. One thing I was, from what you said, you know, when you live in the past, maybe there are some things or mistakes that you made in the past, or there are certain characters that you had in the past. If you're so focused on the things that you did in the past that it prevents or hinders you from moving forward in life, you should avoid it. Because the world still moves on. I mean, dwelling in your past only prevents you from realizing life more or from experiencing the beauties of life more. It prevents you from actually moving while the world is moving. You are still stuck at one place, which is very bad. Because then you tend to lose progress. You do not progress and you do not develop. You do not grow. Okay, so it's better to always live in the present and be focused on the future. Do not dwell on the past. If you realize that you made a mistake in the past, deal with it and move on. Don't be stuck at that place. Find your way. Okay? That's also one thing I can say.
What do you think about people who also put themselves down?
People who put themselves down. That is, you know what? Refer to our videos on self-esteem. They are down, but you can scroll. Refer to them. So we spoke about self-esteem. Okay. Now, if you don't have self-esteem, you put yourself down. You do not value yourself so much. You do not think you are capable of achieving a lot, which is bad. Because I believe everyone in the world has a purpose. Everyone in the world has value. Everyone in the world can achieve greater things. But then it's up to you. You have to gather courage to put yourself up. If you feel down, do not remain down. Get up.
So right now, if you are somebody who is always putting yourself down, just remember that, listen, growth, even seeds, look at how seeds are. They are planted into the ground. It's like they are buried.
No matter how small they are.
You feel like you are buried at this point. But then when you feel down, just remember that this isn't you being buried. It's you being planted. Over time, you will literally spring up out of the ground. And then you,
Okay, I love that.
Like, that's true. You get a lot of knowledge from the life.
That's true. And then speak to yourself a lot. Speak into your life. Affirm into your life. And then any change at all that you want to see in your life, it's better that you start speaking it, start doing it, start growing, start developing. Like you said, don't remain a seed. Grow, flourish.
Become a plant.
Exactly. Oh,
and sometimes look in the mirror and tell yourself, boy, you've got this. Just it's
yeah.
very good. Or
Encourage. You see, no one can
yourself.
encourage you more than you can.
Exactly.
No one can
Very,
encourage
very
you
true.
more than you can.
Once you can actually tell yourself that I can do this, not somebody telling you. Once you can actually get up and say I can do this, no matter what anybody else will tell you, you wouldn't listen. Like that, you wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
Me, when I was little, I used to think I had a very big head, and then people used to actually laugh at me a lot. And I used to cut a very low haircut and was serious. So there was this point where like my friends were laughing at me, and I actually went and I was crying, and my mom told me that, see, your head is very beautiful. I didn't mind it. I was like, Mommy, you're my mother, so you're telling me this. And she was telling me, you're a fine boy. And at that point, I really believed what she was saying, but then it wasn't coming from me, so it wasn't as much. So once I finally started believing it, and then I was like, okay, you're a fine boy, you're a nice boy. Oh, forget.
Yeah,
at this point, nobody could tell me anything. I wouldn't even listen because my mom had already told me, and I had already told myself.
Yeah, it's true, because I realized that even when you know, for example, when you start telling yourself that you're beautiful, when you go out, literally, like, you might feel like you're looking very wretched, but then any single person that you meet just approaches you and is like, you're so beautiful. This actually happens, it happens to me, so I know what I'm talking about. When you tell yourself you're beautiful, when you believe that you're beautiful, anywhere you go, yes, it actually manifests. Like, you radiate beauty. Like, people, no matter where people see you, no matter how
okay.
no matter how you think you look, even if you've done the most horrible hairstyle, it becomes like it becomes like one of the best.
In fact, you're even the best.
It's like you made it unique. You get it? Yeah, so it actually works. So when you feel down, when you put yourself down, when you go out, people will also put you down. So it's better for you to know your value. And then make sure that you respect yourself enough, like you said, respect yourself enough to, what was I saying?
But you get it.
You get it. Yeah. So respect yourself enough, okay? And encourage yourself and stop putting yourself down. Yeah. What else?
What else? I think there's one more.
Yeah. Should we check our list?
Yeah. Hold up.
Like we jotted down.
Fearing change.
Oh yes.
Fearing
change. Oh my God. Yeah. Fearing change. Yeah. Oh my God, that is so true. When you fear change, it's the same thing. You can't progress in life.
Yeah.
Because then you're scared to take action. You're scared to take risks. You are scared to progress. You're scared to develop. And I want to kind of link it to some traditions, okay, not necessarily, but then I want to use that as an example.
Okay.
For example, like outmoded cultures and stuff. When people are scared of, okay, let me use this. I don't know if anyone, I'm a literature student, so I've read it, The Lion and the Jewel. Okay, when the story about ballet, when the people came to construct the roads and all that.
I haven't read it too.
Okay, so when they came to construct the roads and all that, it was the ballet, prevented it and all. I'm sure it's because, guys, don't use my words in your literary exams or anything, okay? I'm just trying to use this to kind of give you a fair idea, but not exactly, okay? So yeah, it could be because that one thing was that he feared change. He feared to see change, and then for people to, is that a wrong example?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, let me use something that is going to help everyone.
Yeah, everyone.
Yes, not just everyone. Okay, so so when you fear changing, you hinder progress, you hinder development. Because for instance, let's say we live in a community, okay, and this community, our roads are very bad.
Yeah.
Even our houses, we have just a number of houses, countable. What am I saying? You have a number of houses that you can count that are actually looking good and are actually worthy enough for people to be living in. Okay, and then you also do not have good electricity. Only a few places have lights, poles, and all that. And we have people that are willing to help, help the community to. And cause changes for the place to look better, starting with constructing roads, using quota and all that. But here's the case where the chief of the place or the community or the leaders, those in authority of the community, are scared of change.
At that point, there will be no progress.
Exactly. Because then no one can actually, because they can't come and do it without your permission. If you are, so here's the case where you're going to stop them from actually doing things that are going to better the community.
Yeah.
And that is the fear of change.
Yeah.
Okay? It also applies to our life. When we realize that maybe, for example, you're an introvert. I'm not saying anything against the introvert, but I'm just giving an example. You're an introvert. But it's the case where in future you want to do a job or a work that is going to need you to be open and very welcoming to people. That's going to need you to be good with your conversation skills with people. Because in this job, you need to have the extrovert kind of character.
Right, yeah.
Yes. But here's the case where you're scared to open yourself up. You're scared to mingle with people. You're scared to converse with people. Okay, this all be due to change. There's going to be a big change in your life, but because you're scared of change, you're scared of doing all these things because maybe trust issues or you just wanted to be reserved or to yourself. You actually fear change, which hinders your progress and your development and can even cost you your life or your dream job, your lifetime job or your job. Yeah.
I'm using the same narrative you are using. They're introverts. So all those who are introverts, I'm an introvert myself. But then it doesn't mean I lack confidence. It doesn't mean I can't actually be sociable. That's the problem with the mindset of an introvert. You start out not having social confidence. You start out not being able to do so many things. You can ask it, since we've been little, have I liked to go out? Changed, exactly. I haven't. That's how it is. Once you become comfortable being there, you wouldn't actually be able to get out of it. So I'm not telling you that being an introvert is bad. No. But then
it's good to some extent.
It's good to some extent, but you should learn to be able to actually get out of your room, get out of the
your
house.
Comfort zone.
Don't be stuck at that place. I always used to stay indoors every single day. I never went out to even play. I wasn't having friends. I still don't have so much friends. But then once you're able to explore, you meet people who are more like you. And that is the change that we are talking about. This change is going to help you to
improve on
your social skills. Right now, if I talk to certain people, I know that I'm going to be able to freely talk instead of being murmuring and stuttering and not knowing what to say. I can freely talk to anybody.
And you have that confidence.
You can be an introvert and be very confident. In fact, that is very, very, very beautiful. That aura is something else altogether. Imagine if you're always quiet, but when you open your mouth to speak, people are like, wow. That alone is something that is different, because most people who are confident are people who like to shout a lot. You get what I'm saying? Some people who are confident, they are
loud.
They are loud, and then people would like to actually stay away from them because they are weird. Like, weird not in the sense that they are bad or anything, but like they don't know their limits. Let me say it that way.
Most confident
people don't know when to actually, put they don't know what their limits. They can actually invade into your personal space and all of that kind of stuff.
But being an introvert, you know how to
handle all of these things. You get what I'm saying? Because you know the value of personal space, all of this. That is why, as an introvert, if you are confident, you will know when somebody doesn't want to be approached. You will know all of these things.
And how to even go about it. Oh, that's very true.
So being an introvert doesn't necessarily mean that, okay, I'm an introvert, so I'm supposed to just stay in my room. That is the misconception about it. You should actually learn to break free of all of these things.
Yeah. So it's better not to fear change, because then you're able to come out of your... So with fearing change, you should be able to come out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Yeah. In order to, progress, develop, and grow in life.
That's it. That's it. We use the introvert as this is like the best, most vivid example anybody can actually ever give you. So yes, I'm an introvert myself.
For me, I'm
extrovert,
but I can be an introvert. I don't know. There are types.
Yeah,
so maybe we'll do a video on that. I'm all in one. I'm all in one. Okay? Yeah, so, we'll do a video on that. Yeah. They have introverts, extroverts, and then other. Yes, they have other. Yeah. So wow,
that's
a lot. Yeah. Okay, so we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like the video, share, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications.
Yes. So that immediately the video is out, you'll be able to watch it as soon. Yes, exactly. And
guys,
if you watch,
comment as well.
Yeah, if you watch it and you comment first, we'll give you a shout out.
Yeah. Okay. Now I think we should be doing that.
Yeah, even Aquene commented on one of the videos. Yeah, so shout out to Aquene. Yes.
Shout out to my girl. Yeah. Okay, so yes, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.